Hello and welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today. This practice is short and sweet and hopefully super nourishing for your body. If you have a fizzy brain or tender body today, then hopefully we'll be able to soothe some of that sensation. I've got a couple of brick blocks you can do this practice without as well. You might like to gather any soft kind of furnishings that you might have. It can be a blanket, it can be a cushion, whatever else that you need to feel supported in your practice today. So when you're ready and you've gathered all of your things, we'll come to meet together in a comfortable seat of your choice. I'm going to pop a little block underneath my sit bones just to stay in this kneeling position, but you might choose another seat. And once you've arranged your bones, come to close down the eyes, soften the gaze if that feels comfortable for you. And taking our time to settle into our practice, so softening around the shins and the sit bones. Maybe creating a little bit more space between the shoulders and the ears. You might open and close the mouth really wide, and that might encourage a sigh or a sound or a yawn. We're in our own space, so maybe you let this sigh be audible, and it could just be a huh, like we're putting down what we don't need to carry. Starting to notice where you are in space in relation to the earth below, the sky above. Softening any tension in between the eyebrows, around the jaw. Let's take a sweet inhale here together. And a soft exhale through the mouth. Noticing maybe what you're arriving with to your practice today. So starting to tune into your inner landscape, sensing into the sensation that might be there, maybe part of the body that is calling out for our attention. And seeing if you can really zoom into the texture of that sensation. Notice the temperature, maybe there's a color. Get really granular with the detail. And then with these next few rounds of breath, can you use your inhale to soften, create a little bit more space around anything that you need to create space around. And exhale this pouring of self back towards center. Taking an inhale, send it low and wide. Take another sip of breath. Be in the pause. And then exhale, softly let it go. We'll take that again, inhaling. Another sip. Exhale to release. Just one more full inhale. Another sip. Exhale, let it go. I'm going to invite the use of touch if that's not comfortable for you today. That's more than okay. Otherwise, you might imagine the places that I'm drawing our attention to as a light or a color. We'll start to bring our fingertips towards the crown of the head and just gently tapping with our finger pads around the hairline, around the forehead. And you're in control of this sensation, so you can make it as fast or as soft or as slow as you like. Continuing this tapping movement across the eyebrows, underneath the eyes, gently around the collarbones, all the way towards the jaw, around the chin, the space in between the nose and the lips. Continuing that movement down the neck, again, paying attention to the sensation and the tenderness that might be there. Traveling underneath the collarbones, you might bunch up the fingers just underneath, all the way towards the tops of the lungs, so you can really send your breath to where you're tapping. And then continuing that journey down the sternum, all the way around the ribs. At this point, you can continue with the tapping, or maybe you have light fists, just gently stirring around the lungs. Take a little lean forward so that you might be able to bring the hands towards the back of the body and start to gently tap around the kidneys, so stirring up some energy around the backs of ourselves. Continuing this journey and sensation down the thighs. It might be more of a rigorous tapping in this shape towards the calves, all the way towards the soles of the feet. And when you reach the soles of the feet, you might bring your knuckles in towards the soles and just gently take a sway from side to side. It might look a little bit funny, but that's okay because we're not paying attention to that. We're feeling our way in to our roots. And then let yourself pause, hands resting towards the thighs or the knees, feeling into that gentle hum and vibration, welcoming the whole of ourselves to our practice. Receive a breath to roll your shoulders up towards the ears, let them melt all the way down the back. Softly blinking open the eyes if they were closed, just enough that we can come towards our sit bones if we're not already there. And we'll come to meet in a cross-leg position. We'll bring our right ankle in front of our left. I'm mirroring you. I'm going to forget that's what's happening. So remember where you are in space. If you do have your blocks, we're going to bring one and then the other on top of one another. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. We can do this without. Let your hands rest towards the knees or towards the thighs. Again, if it feels comfortable to soften the gaze. We're going to start to orbit around ourselves in space towards the right-hand side. So soften into your elbows and start to make some circles around yourself in space. Let yourself get spherical. Notice maybe where you're holding tension within this shape. Sometimes we can feel shy about making this movement. And that's okay. We can just feel into the kind of lubrication that we're bringing through our synovial fluid into our joints. You might imagine that this movement is coming from the center of your heart. So with that information, can you notice if you're holding your head back in space? Maybe soften a little bit more in towards the elbows. Start to make this movement a little bit slower. Start to make the movement smaller and bring yourself all the way back through center. Notice how in stillness that movement is still rolling around ourselves. Bring your peace fingers just in between the eyebrows. We're going to inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the left. Sealing your left nostril with your ring finger, take an inhale in through the right. Seal and exhale through the left. Seal and inhale through the right. Seal and exhale. Final time, seal to inhale through the right. Seal and exhale through the left. Let your hand gently fall back towards the lap or the knee and just check in. How do I feel? We'll bring our right elbow underneath your left. Hands are either going to come to shoulders or we'll come through Garudasana, wrapping our arms around one another. Let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder. You might nudge the chin down towards the chest, up towards the ceiling. See where it is that you want to breathe into. Take another breath as you are. Either pausing here or starting to bring your elbows towards this totem of support. And you can let your head rest towards your forearms, towards your thumb knuckle. Maybe you give a massage in between the eyebrows. And then soften around the shoulders, soften around the jaw. Start to feel your breath expand towards the back of the body. Notice if you're holding around the calves, around the thighs. Can you let the bottom half of the body really melt towards the earth? Let yourself get quiet in this shape. We're here for another full breath. Using your next exhale to gently unravel, lift yourself away, reach your fingertips up towards the sky, hook your thumbs, lengthen the side seams of the body. Extend your right leg out towards the right hand side, soft bend in the knee, so it's not like we're pushing or kind of looking to get to our fullest expression. Take an inhale to lift up, and as you exhale, take a lean towards your right leg. And the moment we lose the breath is the moment we lose the practice. So it feels like effort to breathe in this shape. Bring yourself up a little bit higher. Again, you might look down towards the ground. Take another breath, side seam of the body. So you exhale, let your right elbow come towards your thigh. Your left hand's going to come towards the back of the head and roll your ribs up towards the ceiling. You might bring your left hand towards the back of the body. Maybe you use the heel of your hand to gently massage that little space in between the top of the hip and the bottom of the ribs. And then find stillness in this shape. See where you can breathe into. Continuing to pause here or let yourself come towards a forward fold in the diagonal. You might bring your fingertips towards the ground. Maybe it's your forearms. You can bring your blocks underneath you. Let the head soften. Again, using your next exhale to slowly unfurl, vertebrae by vertebrae, lift yourself all the way back towards your seats. Using your hands or hands-free, we'll change the cross of our legs. This time our left foot is in front. Again, let the hands rest towards the knees or the thighs. Receive a breath, roll your shoulders up towards the ears. Let them melt all the way down the back. This time we'll take those circles over towards the left-hand side. Let it feel gooey, let it feel fluid. Notice where maybe you're holding yourself back from this movement and see where you might be able to soften. Moving at a pace that feels nourishing, that feels like it's creating a little bit more space in your body. Soften through the elbows and the jaw. Start to let this movement get a little bit slower. Start to let the movement get a little bit smaller. Bringing yourself all the way back through center. Take a pause, take a moment. Fingertips again coming towards the center of your forehead. This time we'll inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right. So sealing your right nostril, take an inhale. Sealing your left nostril, exhale through the right. Sealing to inhale. Sealing to exhale. One more, inhale it. Seal to exhale. Let the hand melt away, pausing back into stillness. This time it's your left elbow that's going to come underneath. Again, either hands come to shoulders or we take our bind. Ear is going to drop over towards the left hand side. Again, chin might come towards the chest. It might roll up towards the sky. See where it is that there's stickiness in the shoulder and the neck to breathe into. We can stay here, again, come to rest towards that support. Forehead towards the forearms or thumb knuckles in between the third eye. Gentle massage into this space. Allowing your breath to feel expansive towards the back of the body. Notice if you're lifting your tailbone, can you soften everything towards the earth? With your next exhale, slowly unraveling, lift yourself up and over. Again, hooking your thumbs, maybe change which one is on top. Lengthen through the side seams of the body. Extend your left leg over towards the left-hand side. Gentle bend in the knee, and we'll take that little sway over towards the left. One more breath. Letting your left elbow come towards the thigh, giving yourself that support to lean into. Right hand is going to come towards the back of the head. You can interlace your hands behind you and then lean a little bit further back in space. Again, any tenderness on the right side of the body, you might bring the heel of the hand. Just give yourself a gentle nudge, a gentle massage into that space. Continuing to move or finding stillness. Pausing as you are or coming towards that forward fold. Palms, fingertips, forearms find the earth, bending into the leg. Let the head be heavy. Final full breath. Lifting yourself all the way back up, vertebrae by vertebrae, moving your blocks over to one side if you use them. We're going to come to find our way towards our tabletop position. So hands coming underneath the shoulders, knees coming underneath the pelvis, and then flip your fingertips towards your knees so the heels of the hands are in line underneath the shoulders. Soften through the front of the body, draw the heart forwards, press the floor away, breathe in towards the back of the body. Take that just one more time. Inhale to roll forwards. Exhale, rolling back. Flip your fingertips back towards the front of the mat. Extend your right toes back behind you. Take a gentle pulse forwards and backwards, side to side. You might roll over the toes. And then let your right toes lean over towards the left-hand side. Take a look towards your back foot. We're going to start to draw our right knee towards your right shoulder. Maybe take a look at the knee. And then re-extend your leg all the way back in space. Take that just one more time. Gather your knee towards your shoulder. This time we'll step our right foot towards the front of the mat. Let your left toe spin behind you. Right forearm's going to come towards your thigh. Left arm's going to lift up and overhead. Bring your hand towards the back of the head. Lean back in space. Press into the forearm. Take the shoulder away from the ear. Full breath towards your left lung. As you exhale, bring your fingertips towards the diagonal of your mat. And just like we did before, start to stir around yourself in space. And this movement might be small, it might be something a little bit bigger. You can stay with this spiraling sensation or come to stillness, reach your fingertips out in front, heart melts towards the ground. Breathing into the inside of the right hip. Start to draw your right hand back in space in line with your right foot. Press into the earth to reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Heads are heavy. You can either look up towards the ceiling or let the ear drop towards the shoulder. Take another breath. Slow unraveling. Both fingertips are going to find their way towards the center of your mat. And we're going to weave our right knee in front of your left. Feet are going to come wide. And this might be where you bring a block underneath your sit bones. So you can take a sway from side to side. Maybe start to take some circles around yourself in space. We'll start to bring our sit bones down towards the earth, coming to arrive in Gomukhasana, making this shape your own. Softening the gaze again, being with the sensation that's present. Right forearm might come towards the ground. You can be on fingertips. Take a little lean away from yourself in space. Hand might come again towards the back of the head. Breathing into the whole left side of the lung. We'll take our time to unravel. Lift yourself all the way back up through center. Left hand finds the back of the mat, and we're going to spin all the way around. So we end up with our left foot at the front, and we arrive into a lizard lunge. Let your left toes come wide. Take a little bit of movement from side to side. Decide if you want to stay quite upright, or forearms might come to connect towards the ground. And let the head soften. Breathe into the front of the hip. Give yourself another breath, and then let it go. If you melted towards the forearms, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Start to press the floor away. Bend into your right knee. We'll step our left foot back to meet your right. Knees come wide, toes come to touch. Let yourself rest towards your child's pose. Soften heart towards the earth. Take a sway from side to side. Hands might come underneath the forehead. You might stay with the fingertips reaching out front. Choose the expression that feels spacious and nourishing in your body today. Take your next inhale to find your way back towards your tabletop position. As you do, extending your left foot back behind you. Again, gentle pulse forwards and backwards, just feeling in towards our toes. You might roll over the toes in one direction, the other, and then start to sweep your left foot over towards the right-hand side. Take a look back behind you. Sense of containment on the right side of the body, spaciousness in the left. Draw your left knee all the way towards your left shoulder, intention of movement. And then re-extend it all the way back. Take that just one more time, little roll in, and a slow extending back. This time we'll come to step our left foot towards the front of the mat, come up onto your finger pads, give yourself space. Right toes are going to spin behind you. Left forearm comes towards the thigh. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Breathe into the right side of the body. We can be very casual with the left hand, or maybe it feels like we're serving something. Next, exhale, both fingertips are going to come down towards the ground. Reach as far as feels spacious, and then start to take some movement. It might be circles or figures of 8. Maybe it's a sway from side to side. How does this movement feel coming from the foot instead of the hip? How does that change the direction that we move in? We're staying here or reaching your fingertips out in front. Let the heart melt towards the ground. Breathe into the inside of the hip. Starting to slide your left hand back in line with the left foot. Plug down in towards the earth as you reach your right arm up towards the sky. And again, gaze can follow, or let your ear drop towards your shoulder. Bring both of your fingertips all the way back through center. This time it's your left knee that's going to weave in front of the right. Let the toes come wide. Take a moment to settle in. That might be a sway from side to side. Maybe it's taking some cat-cows in this shape. Maybe it's swirling around the heart space. Allowing your bum to soften towards the earth or towards a cushion, to props beneath you. Take a moment to land into this shape. Soften through the gaze, soften through the jaw. An option to stay here or let your left forearm come towards the ground. Right arm is going to lift up and overhead. You can take a nudge towards the earth, up towards the sky. Next, exhale, we come to unravel, this time turning towards the back of the mat. So right hand finds the ground. Let yourself spin, 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 spin. Right foot is in front. The foot comes wide, let your toes come out towards the side, and then come towards your favorite expression of lizard. So there's a little bit of movement from side to side, maybe feeling into the edges of the feet. Once you've moved through what needs to be moved through, coming to stillness. Again, you might bring forearms towards the earth, soften into the cheeks. Let the head be heavy. Final breath here. Exhaling to release. Hands sliding back underneath the shoulders if they were somewhere else. Stepping your right knee back to meet your left. This time we'll arrive towards Anahatasana, your heart-melting pose. Let your hands come out towards the front of the mat and soften front body towards the ground. If you have blocks, if you have props, you can bring them underneath the chest or the forehead, bring the floor closer to you. Feeling the whole of the breath expanding horizontally towards the back of the body. Starting to draw your sit bones back towards your heels. Unfurling through this kneeling position, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting yourself all the way back up, receiving a breath, rolling it up towards the ears, and letting it go. Let your sit bones roll over to one side. Soles of the feet are going to find the earth. I'm going to invite us to come towards a Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide apart. If you prefer to finish your practice today in a different expression, know that you can. Make sure that you feel comfortable and warm. So bringing the feet together, and if you do have support, whether that's blocks or bolsters or cushions, you might bring them underneath the thighs. I like to bring my blocks in a diagonal. It feels more spacious for me. Give yourself that sense of containment. And then hands are going to rest towards the ribs. So receiving your breath beneath your palms, letting yourself settle in. Knowing that nothing is asked of you of this moment, apart from allowing yourself just to be. As always, practicing at home, if you can linger here for longer, please do. Give yourself that time, give yourself that grace. If you need to close your practice together, let's take a full breath in, full breath out. Removing any props or support from underneath the thighs or the knees. Gently gathering the knees in towards center, maybe wrapping arms around the shins. Taking a sway from side to side, pouring yourself over to one side, giving yourself a breath as you land. allowing yourself to be in the shape of receiving. A gentle nudge of the way from the earth, bringing yourself all the way back towards a comfortable seat of your choice. Checking in, how do I feel? Bringing the hands together, rubbing them together to create a little bit of heat and energy, and coming to place the heels of the hands to rest the eyes onto. You might bow the chin towards the chest, soften through the forehead, let the eyes be heavy, receive the sense of warmth and touch. Allowing the palms to come together, resting thumb knuckles or palm against heartbeat and breath. Taking a final inhale. Exhaling to bow chin towards chest in gratitude to you, to each other, and infinite gratitude for this practice that we share. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.